Hi, this is Dale Guiducci with ERA Credit Services coming to you with another video about the credit repair business, the credit repair industry. This particular video is about how big is the credit repair market. Now, that's something you should obviously research if you're going to go into any business. How big is that market? Certainly, let's talk about how big the credit repair market is. And when I've got some statistics here and some data that I'm going to be reading to you. And once you find out about this data, you may determine that, yes, this is a substantial market, but I'm here to tell you that doesn't mean you should become a credit repair superhero, because we need superheroes to help all these people. But should you become one? I don't know yet. We'll talk about that. I'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. So let's talk about the credit repair market. Let's have you determine that there in fact is a big enough market for another credit repair company to come in, right? Because that's what you're considering. So in order to determine that, let's actually go back a few years. I'm filming this at the beginning of 2021, the beginning of March 2021, but let's go back a few years. In 2016, Fox Business wrote an article, How Many Americans Have Bad Credit? They used data from Experian, one of the big three credit bureaus. And they came up with the statistic, Experian did, that 30% of Americans, that's huge, right? 30% of Americans have bad or poor credit. Their findings were that there were about 220 Americans that were scorable. In other words, they were adults and they had the ability to have a credit score, of course, and 68 million of them, that's where they came up with the 30% mark, had bad or poor credit scores. And what did they determine is a bad or poor credit score? Something lower than 601. Why not 600? I don't know, but this is Experian, right? They said 601. Lower than that is a bad or poor credit score. So you're talking about 68 million Americans. Now, this was back in 2016. So fast forward, we're 5 years in advance of that now. So let's keep going here. In 2019, PRNewsWire.com had a survey that was done on behalf of ScoreSense. And they were quoted as stating that more than half, 53% of all Americans have been rejected for a credit card, loan, or car loan due to poor credit. So a credit card, a regular loan, or a car loan due to poor credit. And there are 209 million people over the age of 18 in the United States as of now, and 53% of that represents 111 million people. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. So let's now jump forward into now 2021, because things have changed, right? The pandemic has occurred and other economic factors. We have a new president now, and so things are different. So let's see how that might have changed things. So 11.1% of Americans have a FICO score below 550. Wow. 550 obviously is not a very good credit score, and 11%, more than 1 in 10 Americans have that low credit score. Another statistic, 37% of subprime scores are represented by millennials. Now, a subprime score is typically a score below 670. But let's talk about millennials, right? Now millennials in 2021, I mean, they're 30 now. They're adults. They're in the workforce. Their earning capacity is growing by leaps and bounds, isn't it? And they're potentially wanting to buy homes and become full-blown consumers at the age of 30, right? 37% of people that have a subprime credit score are millennials. That doesn't bode well for the generation that's coming up, does it? Okay. Next one, 34.8% of all Americans now have a subprime credit score. Again, a credit score below 670. 17% of Americans have made late payments on either their credit cards, loans, or mortgage payments in the last 2 years. 17% have made late payments. And then on top of that, approximately 20% of Americans are delinquent on some debt currently for more than 30 days. 20%, 2 out of 10. Okay? Now, these are all shocking numbers, but I believe that the most shocking number is what I'm going to talk about next. NerdWallet just came out. They had contracted, and this was from January of 2021, so just a couple of months ago. They had contracted with Harris Poll to conduct a survey of 2,000 adults. Now, 2,000 people obviously is not 20,000 or 200,000, right? It's a sampling of the adult market out there. And what they found by surveying these 2,000 adults is that 11% of these people say they do plan on buying a home in the next 12 months. Okay, that bodes very, very well for the real estate market. That translates into 28 million Americans that in 2021 want to buy a home. Wow, right? That's a lot of people. However, 32% of these people said they had not moved forward yet in the buying process because of their credit score. 32% of 28 million people is almost 9 million people that want to buy a home, but that feel they can't buy a home because of their credit score. So all these statistics, right? And they come from a lot of different places, a lot of different data sources, right? But we've got to just believe that there's a huge market out there. But I'm here to tell you that it doesn't mean that you should jump into the credit repair business. Now, why? Well, first of all, please understand, and I've been talking a lot about this lately in my blog posts as well as this YouTube channel. There's 81,000 credit repair companies out there currently. So you'd be 81,001, right? So you'd just be another of these 81,000 companies. That's number one. And because you're one of 81,000, you have to have, please hear me on this, you have to have the right business model. Okay? If you're going to get in and competing, even though there's tens of millions of potential clients out there, if you're going to compete with the 81,000 companies that are out there, you have to have the right business model. What do I mean? You can't be a solopreneur. What is a solopreneur? A solopreneur is an individual entrepreneur, a classification of entrepreneur that does everything themselves, right? They wear all the hats. They do all their own marketing, right? You have to do marketing before you get sales. They do their own marketing. They do their own sales. Now, once they get a client, what do? They do all the admin work for that client. In the credit repair business, what are they doing? They're pulling credit. They're analyzing credit reports, possibly using software, drafting dispute letters, possibly using software, getting those dispute letters out the door, getting those letters back, and then playing customer support for their customers. So in other words, customers got questions. Say, how's my credit repair process going? Customer support on the phone all the time. But remember, by going through this process of delivering service to the clients you already got, what do you have to be doing? More marketing and sales. People underestimate the value, number one, and the time and energy and effort required in the marketing and sales process. They just think that they could put up a website and maybe call a few of their friends and voila, all this business is going to come in. Well, can you get business from your friends? Sure. But your friends only know a certain number of people. You have to market to tens of thousands, potentially hundreds of thousands, in order to have a sustainable business for the long term. So you've got to do all this stuff yourself. You've got to have a website. You got to do videos. You've got to have some kind of online reporting to your clients so that they can log in and see what's going on with their credit repair process. Otherwise, you're having to call your clients all the time. Again, taking you away from the sales and marketing. You have to have social media presence on things like Facebook, Instagram, and more. You've got to do all of this yourself. Don't get into this business if you're going to be a solopreneur. You can't, there's not enough hours in a day, especially because most of the people I talk to want to be a part-time at first. They have a full-time job. They have a full-time career, maybe another business. So don't be a solopreneur. Don't try to do this thing, 2 hours a day and think you can compete with these 81,000 companies out there. You can't. You have to have the right business model. What I just told you about being a solopreneur, that's what so many people think about when they go into being in the credit repair business. They go out and they find a software company first, and they think that's That's the, I don't know, the key to the vault, and it's not. That's just one small piece. They got to go out and find a merchant services company. They got to find a way to pull credit. All of those things, build websites, videos, marketing materials, social media, all of those things come into play. It's nearly impossible to do it all on your own. It's a recipe for failure is what it is in most cases. Are you maybe the 1 in a million that can pull it off? Possibly, sure. But I've got a better way to do it, and it's the way I did it. Right? I couldn't do all those things. I'm not great at all those things. I'm good at some things, but I'm not great at all those things. Are you great at all those things? You're probably really good at some things, right? And if you're good at marketing and you're good at sales, then I've got a better business model. And you could say, well, I'm not good at marketing and I'm not good at sales. Well, then you shouldn't get into the credit repair business at all, because you have to be good at marketing and sales no matter what you do. Whether you piece it all together or you work with the business model I'm about to tell you about. It's the agency business model. It's where you become an independent agent for another company, and that company has built the infrastructure for you. So from day one, you're ready to start marketing and selling credit restoration services. Why? Because it's all set up for you. You don't need a merchant services company. You don't need a way to find a way to pull credit. You don't need credit repair software. The company does all that for you. Your value and the value to your business is in your ability to market and your ability to find clients and your ability to sell to those clients. They even have customer support available more than 40 hours a week during business hours, Monday through Friday, to take care of calls from your customers, right? So you can focus your time and energy on the marketing and sales. It's perfect if someone already has a job, right? And they need to keep that job for a while. It's perfect if somebody is incorporating credit restoration services because they have credit challenged clients in a real estate business or a mortgage business, or they're in the accounting business or insurance business, solar businesses, so many other businesses out there that run into people that are credit challenged, people with less than perfect credit, and they're just looking for some services to offer. Why go through all of that I talked about before as a solopreneur just to offer some credit repair services? Why not work with a company that's built it all for you? They take care of your clients for you. Your job, again, is just to go out and find those clients. Maybe they're already coming to you. Maybe you have to do some marketing. Go out and find those clients, sell to those clients, put them in the system, and then monitor their progress right online. They can monitor, meaning your clients can monitor their progress right online. It makes so much sense. And what it's done for my wife Shirley and I has allowed us to build a business from our home office. This is a 13 by 13 room here. This is my home office. My drum set's over there. My computer's over there. I've got a closet full of clothes to wear for videos right over there. This is my home office, right? We don't have to go out and have the monthly expense of an office. It's such a beautiful business model, and we can do business in all 50 states because we don't need surety bonds. Why? Because we're representing this company that's taking care of all of that. They've got the responsibility to all 50 states out there in the federal laws. All we're doing is representing them and allowing them to deliver the services to our clients, and they pay us well for doing that. Wow, I'm telling you, right? Here's what you want to do. I'm going to put some links in the description for sure, not only to our credit repair business overview video that's right here on YouTube, but also to the credit repair business opportunity page on our website. I'm also going to put a link to the blog post I already wrote about this, about becoming a credit repair superhero, a credit repair man, or a credit repair woman. You know, put a CR on your chest and get out there and help people. But don't have to do it while you're doing everything else in the background. You're just not going to be able to find enough clients for it. So hopefully this made sense. If you've got some comments, please put them in the comments section, of course, below the video. If you like what I talked about, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, because I'm coming out with new videos all the time. I'm just dedicated in terms of helping people understand this industry. It's been 9 years in it for my wife Shirley and I, and there's virtually nothing that we haven't come across that would be of value for you to know going into it. So hope you got a lot out of this video, and we'll be coming at you with a new video very, very soon, probably in the next few days, in fact. So subscribe to that channel and get those videos as well. Take good care. We'll talk to you soon. Top